Hello students, and welcome again to my channel. My name is Mr. Meshak Ngige, and today we check examples on our trigonometric equations. We did an introduction in the previous lesson, so kindly if you have not checked that, check it out. Kindly also remember to subscribe, share, and also comment how these lessons are being helpful to you. Click the like button, and also you can also click the bell so that each and every time I post a new video, you'll be able to follow up. Now we have three examples here, and they're both derived from papers. So solve the following equations for values 0 degrees up to 360 degrees. So you're getting values from 0 to 360 degrees for the angle what? For the angle theta. Now, so we start with the first one. It is 5, right? Sine of theta plus 3 equals to 0. Again, so check 3 on the other side. So we have 5 sine of theta equals to negative 3. Then divide by what? By 5. Divide by 5. You get that sine of theta equals to negative 3 over 5. How do you get theta? Theta will be given by the sine inverse of negative 3 over 5. And therefore, what will we have? So the sine inverse. So how do you get sine inverse? You press shift, then the sine, right, together. Yes. Then you put brackets, then negative 3 over 5. And that gives us so you get your theta. So my calculator was in, always make sure that your calculator is in terms of degrees mode. Because for my case here, my calculator was in radians. So now we get sine inverse of negative 3 over 5. And you'll get your value as negative 36.86, can say 87 when you round it off, 7 degrees. Now, your value is negative 36.87 degrees, but you need values between 0 and 360 degrees. So first of all, this one is a negative. Now, what happens here? This is a very interesting concept that you need to understand. Anytime you get your value as a negative, remember, you'll always get a what? You'll always get an acute angle. Are we together? So when you get your acute angle being negative, this just tells you that your sine is in the quadrant where sine is negative. Are we together? Now, what do we know about the quadrant? We have all students take coffee. So, sine is positive in this quadrant and this quadrant, but negative in this quadrant and this quadrant. So, the negative here is just an indication of your value should lie between this quadrant and this quadrant. And what did we say? The angles in this quadrant are given as 180 plus the acute angle. Then here is 360 minus the acute angle. So our acute angle is not negative 36.87. Our acute angle is 36.87. Are we together? So the negative is just to tell you that my value lies between this and this quadrant. So therefore the actual values of theta will be 180 plus 36.87, that is the first one, and also 360 minus 36.87 degrees. And what do you get? So in this one you'll get 216.87 degrees, and you have 360 minus 36.87. So you'll have 323.13 degrees. Remember, you can always change into degrees and minutes. Multiply the decimal side by what? By 60. You change that into minutes. So you multiply by 60. So it gives you, that will be 52 minutes. 52 then minutes. Changing the decimal side, into minutes. Then and 323 degrees. So 0.13 multiplied by 60 gives you 8 minutes. And those are your two values of your angle. And you can see 216 lies between 180 and 270. 323 lies between 270 and 360. And those are your two values. Let's check the second. 1.5 tan theta equals to 1.8. Now, in this case, you have already, the constant has already been taken to the other side. So you just divide by 1.5, divide by 1.5. So therefore, tan of theta equals to 1.8 divided by 1.5. 1.5 is 1.2. Therefore, theta is given by tan inverse of 1.2. So remember, for cos and sine, your values cannot exceed -1 and it cannot be below -1. But for tan, our values for often of the times passes 1, and you can get that in your calculator. So we get the tan inverse excuse me, of 1.2, and that will give you 50. So theta will be 50.194 degrees. But remember, our value is positive, and we said there are two possible quadrants in which your values can be positive for the tangent. The first one, all together, then this quadrant. And how do you get values in this quadrant? 180 plus the acute angle. This one is always an acute angle. Are we together? So therefore, the other angle will be 180 plus my acute angle 194. So I'll have my theta will be 50. 50 degrees. I can change this one into minutes. So 0.194 multiplied by 60 gives me 12 minutes. And so 180 plus 50.194 gives me that. So it is 230 degrees. Then how many minutes? 0.194 is 12 minutes. And those two are your limits. Those two are the values of your angle between 0 and 360. Let's come to the third one. So this is the second. Now the third, we have -4 cos squared theta, then plus 2 equals to 0. Right, together. So again, check 2 to the other side. So we have -4 cos squared theta equals to -2. Divide by -4, divide by -4. So negative and negative goes 1, then you have 2. So cos squared theta equals to 1/2. But remember, this one is a square, so get the what? The square root both sides. So you'll have cos theta gives you the root of 1/2. And the root of 1/2 can either be positive or negative. So first of all, you can find the root of 0.5, and you get that cos of theta can either be plus or minus 0.7071. Can have that. So what about theta? So theta will be cos of positive or negative 0 cos inverse 0.70771. So we'll get the acute angle. Then remember, our values, you can get two values when you have positive. You can get two values when they are negative. So you are going to get how many values? 4 values. So what is the cos inverse of our answer? So shift cos inverse, you can just key in the answer. My answer is 45. So my outcome is 45 degrees. So my acute angle here is 45 degrees. Are you together? Then we are saying, since you can get either a positive or a negative when you're getting a square root, therefore you'll have 4 solutions. 1, 2 when they are positive here and here, and 2 when they are negative. So we are just saying get a value in each quadrant. So in the second quadrant, how do you get our value? 180 minus 45 minus the acute angle. In the third, it is 180 plus 45. In the fourth, 360, sorry, this one is a comma, 360 minus 45 degrees. Remember, these are degrees all through. Yeah. So therefore, my theta values will be 45 degrees. 180 minus 45, that gives you 135 degrees. 180 plus 45, that gives you 225 degrees. 360 minus 45 gives you 315 degrees. And this will be the outcome for this particular function. And remember, for any function or for any equation, sorry, if you take the value, if you take the answer, if you take 45 and replace it in this equation, the answer should always give you 0. If you take 135, replace it as the value here, it gives you 0. If you take 225, replace the value here, the answer gives you what? It gives you a 0. So that is how you solve. So we have checked two outcomes, when your A is 0 and when your B is 0. So we've checked this one, and this one represents the first scenario, then this one has represented the second. Now let's check another one that now is all quadratic, when all the values are all non-zeros. So let's check this in our next video.